What if I told you that sometimes the people who tease us the most end up showing us the greatest love? That's exactly what happened to me on my birthday, a day I'll never forget. It started with a little comment that stung more than I wanted to admit. My son walked in, all smiles, holding a small gift bag. "Here, Mom," he said, handing me the present. I opened it and pulled out a soft, colorful scarf. Before I could even thank him, he laughed and said, "Go on, cover up your old face." Everyone in the room laughed except me. I smiled, of course, because that's what moms do. But inside, a tiny part of my heart felt a little ache. You see, when you get older, people think it's funny to remind you. They don't mean harm, but every joke about wrinkles or age lines hits a little deeper than they know. That day, I thought, well, maybe I really am just getting old. I wrapped the scarf around my neck, pretending to laugh it off. But then, as I sat there surrounded by my family, I noticed how much life had changed. My babies were now grown. My hair had more silver than brown. My hands told stories of years spent cooking, cleaning, caring of love poured into a family that had become my world. I thought to myself, maybe being old isn't such a bad thing, maybe it just means I've lived. As I sat there lost in thought, my son suddenly disappeared into the kitchen. A few minutes later, the lights went off. Everyone began to whisper and giggle, and I could hear him saying, "All right, bring it out." When the lights came back on, there it was, a cake, glowing with candles and covered in the most beautiful design I'd ever seen. Right in the center, written in bright frosting, were the words, "To the most beautiful mom forever young at heart." My breath caught. I looked up at my son, and he was smiling, not the teasing kind of smile, but the soft, loving one I hadn't seen since he was little. He said, "Mom, I was just kidding before. You're not old. You're timeless. You're my everything." And in that moment, I couldn't hold back my tears. The scarf I thought was just a joke turned into something more, a reminder that sometimes love hides behind laughter. My son hugged me tight, and everyone started singing. The house filled with warmth, laughter, and a kind of love that no age could ever take away. I blew out the candles, and for a second, I made a silent wish, not for youth. Not for beauty, but for time. Time to keep seeing my family grow. Time to keep laughing, even when the jokes sting a little. Time to remember that being old is really just another word for being blessed. After the party, my son sat beside me. He said, "Mom, you know why I got you that scarf? Because you always cover everyone else with care, with love, with strength. I thought you deserved something that could cover you too." I couldn't speak. I just looked at him, realizing that the little boy who used to need me for everything had grown into a man who understood me better than I thought he ever could. That night, I stood in front of the mirror with the scarf around my shoulders. For the first time, I didn't see an old face. I saw a face that had lived, that had loved deeply, and that had raised a family who loved me even more in return. So the next time someone jokes about your age, don't let it bring you down. Remember, wrinkles are proof of laughter. Silver hair is proof of wisdom, and every birthday candle is proof that you've made it one more year with love in your heart. Life isn't about staying young forever, it's about staying grateful. And if you're lucky enough to have people who tease you, laugh with you, and surprise you with love when you least expect it, well, that's the greatest gift of all. Thank you for watching the Auntie Made Show. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, beauty fades, but love never does.